Yo, am I the only one who was cringing? I wish I knew. I wish someone had told me, because you definitely have the tools and the wisdom and the knowledge to make the decision for yourself. Hi there, it's Wisdom Wednesday, and today it's all about if love is blind. So, is it? And the things that we can learn from the series called Love is Blind. If you haven't watched it and love to see good reality TV, I'm guilty of watching all of the 4 seasons. I can highly recommend it, even though I'm a little bit ashamed of saying that, but I have been invested. And if you've clicked on this video, I'm sure you've been watching it as well. So we are vibing. So let's get started with the video. I've done my research, and I just think that there's a ton of things that we can learn from the series called Love is Blind. And I've sort of watched the all 4 seasons, as I mentioned, and there's a lot of things that we can learn. Today I've got 5 things that I think that we for sure can learn. If you are not in a relationship, or if you are in a relationship, this is definitely something that we can take out of the series called Love is Blind. These 5 tips, you definitely don't want to miss them. So let's get started with the video. So the first tip here, guys, that I want to touch upon, and I'm sure that you've been hearing this tons of time, but let me say it once again. I think that this is something that speaks to me as well, even though I've been in a relationship for almost 9 years. It's love yourself first. Can't expect to find a connection in the past that can heal you. You have to heal first before you truly can accept and find that deep connection with another person. If you hadn't healed, you will bring that sorrow, that heartbreak, that things that you haven't worked through in this new connection. Colton, for example, had a lot of inner issues which he didn't deal with before entering into this experiment and making a connection with Diamond. And you could tell that when they got to this honeymoon phase, he still had something that he just had to tell her. So I know it's cliche, but knowing and accepting your own flaws, it's a necessity before you start on a journey on finding someone you want to walk with by your side through your entire life, someone you can see yourself spending the rest of your life with. So the second thing that we can learn from Love is Blind is that attraction is important, but not the only thing. So we all know being attracted to your partner is important. Yeah, you honestly have to be attracted to your partner. Otherwise, I want to say, if you are not attracted to your partner, I don't think that it could work out. Sorry to say, I'm just being real. I honestly don't think that it could work out. So you definitely have to have maybe a tiny, like a level of attraction to make your relationship work. So let's just say that love is not completely blind, but it's not almost blind, and it's not blind. But it's something in between, because attraction is not the 100% that makes your love bloom, but it's definitely something that it's necessity. What Love is Blind can teach us is that if you take a chance on someone you normally wouldn't be attracted to, but there's just this one thing, or maybe there's a couple things you cannot put like a finger on it, but you just know there's something about this person, and give that person a chance. The person can definitely surprise you, and you will end up seeing that, wow, this person, this is my person, and I wouldn't have known if I didn't have given this person a chance. So it's definitely something that you should have in the back of your head, that it's so important to just give a person who you wouldn't normally give a chance, maybe. The third thing that we can learn is that be yourself from the start. In the beginning of a relationship, or in the beginning of a connection, we all seen the huge meme of Jessica from season 1, that her voice goes from a baby voice to a normal voice throughout the entire show, which in my opinion shows that Jessica from the start wanted to become to act like some other person that who she really was. Oh, let me know in the comments if you got the same vibe as I did. And honestly, we all know how her relationship turned out. Even though you haven't watched the final, you might have seen these memes, and yeah, it didn't. Spoiler alert, it didn't end well. So being yourself, so what we can learn is that being yourself from the get-go in the relationship, from the start, from maybe from where you're just starting texting, just as a friendship, maybe, that it's so important to just be yourself and not act like a different person just to avoid those unnecessary uh, arguments, or you have to explain or reveal something that you are not comfortable sharing. So important to just let it all out, and if the person that you are with or want to be with can accept that, then you know that the person wants you for who you are and you don't have to hide anything. So the fourth thing that we can learn is that watch out for the red flags and act on them. So as much as we want to think that the people that we love are perfect as angels, I know that my husband is perfect, he cannot do anything wrong. That's definitely a lie, but I love him regardless. So as you will see in season 4, if you haven't seen that one, sorry, pause the video, watch the 4th season, and then come back to the video if that is even possible. But yeah, with Micah and Paul, or with Jackie and Marshall, yeah, the people you love can definitely show you red flags, and it's for you to have the eyes to see them. Honestly, some people, they are in love, and when they are in love, they honestly turn like they almost walk with their eyes closed. Like the red flags can be in front of them and they cannot see them. Even you might have those relationship where your friend might have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, and you can clearly see those red flags in this current relationship, but your friend doesn't. They don't have ears to listen, or they don't have eyes to see, and you just think to yourself, honestly, they must be blind, because the flags, they cannot be more clear. So like how Micah was flirting with Kwame in front of everyone to see. Yo, am I the only one who was cringing? I was definitely cringing, because I was like, woman, your man, your fiance, let's say it was her fiance, he was in the same group, and this man, Kwame's fiance, was literally just looking at them. She was flirting, and I can't remember the comment she made, but this was definitely a red flag that Paul should have seen, and he should definitely have acted on that. So be aware of the flags that the person you love show you. And Oprah actually said it so well. She said, if people show you who they are, believe them. Not the 5th time, not the 3rd time, but the first time that they show you who they are, believe them and act on it. So yeah, this is definitely something that I think that most of us should take to us, and to just reflect on that, and to have eyes to just see the red flags in the relationship, or the connection that we've made with the person. That is, yeah, it's definitely something that you want to avoid, that heartbreak, and you want to avoid that I wish someone had told me, because you definitely have the tools and the wisdom and the knowledge to make the decision for yourself, because it is your life, honey. And yeah, you can definitely do that. And yeah, be that strong mind person, and really make that decision that you deserve more, and you know what you want, and really pay attention to the red flags that this person that you love is showing you, if there's any red flags that the person is showing you. So the 5th wisdom and the lesson that we can learn from Love is Blind is listening before reacting is key. So remember Janina and Damien from season 1? I think if you are a Love is Blind fan, or just if you've seen Love is Blind, you remember Janina and Damien. So they fought quite a bit after they got engaged. So I'm no relationship expert or anything, but sitting there and just watching, maybe it's how they edit the things or anything, I don't know, but just watching that, seeing how she was sitting there yelling at him and how he was sitting awkwardly just listening, it just seemed like that they were not communicating. They will definitely understand each other more if they were actively and actually listening to what they were saying to each other, because I want to say most of us know the importance of actively listening in a relationship. And especially if you are in a relationship, you know how it must feel if your significant other isn't listening to you, and it just gives you like this feeling of not feeling worth, or not feeling good enough, or not feeling like you matter if the person you're talking to honestly doesn't take their time to listen to what you're trying to tell them or what's on your heart. Love is Blind is definitely a strong reminder that even though you think or you feel like you have a strong bond with a person that you've made in the past, that you might not completely understand them all the time, and that is also completely fine. Just remember to take your time to see that person and just have a great conversation and communicate, which is definitely something that I've mentioned tons of time during this series, and it's something that I'll keep mentioning because that is definitely a key to a strong and healthy relationship: communication and listening to the person that you are communicating to. Remember the time where Baptiste told Nancy, I think it was Nancy, let me see, Nancy, that she wasn't his type? Yeah, and she kept holding on to the connection that they made in the pot. And honestly, I am just so happy and proud to Nancy that she took a step back and really analyzing the things that Baptiste had told her. If you haven't seen, I think it's season 3. Baptiste had told her that she wasn't his type, and she was like, you know what, I'm not your type, I'm not gonna waste a life with you. She's a wonderful woman and she's so beautiful. I honestly don't understand that he didn't think that she was his type, but hey, you know what, some people, something else, that's another topic. But definitely a pro to her that she stood her ground and told herself that she was worth more than just this man's approval. And I'm sure that she probably found someone after the show because she's definitely a beautiful woman. Yeah, so with that, guys, this was all from this Wisdom Wednesday. Thank you so much for watching, and if you've watched this far, subscribe to the channel. I will very much love you to join in this family. And I will see you next Wednesday. Bye.